So now we're going to talk about saccadic eye movements, and saccadic eye movements is really our ability to visually scan from one target to another. And if you think about it, about how many times you would move your eyes from one target to another just in the space of 5 minutes on a normal day, you can start to get some appreciation for just how many eye movements a sports person might be doing in a game of tennis or a game of football, or think trap shooting, or think Formula One driving. Of course, the eyes are taking in most of the information that we need to interact with our environment. And for us to move accurately and to move with smoothness and control, we really need to have beautiful eye movements and really perfect eye accuracy. So saccadic eye movements can be slow to start, or inaccurate, amongst other things. So what we're going to do now is just show you a couple of little ideas that you can use to train saccadic eye movements with a little bit of a physical underlying basis. All right, so here we go. So once again, we're going to use an app for this one. We've got this one called Speed Vision here, which again I created about 6 months ago. Now, Speed Vision is specifically designed to make visual targets pop up on a screen so that your eyes have to move from target to target. Now, the further you go back, the less your eyes have to move, okay? So just remember that, and the bigger the visual field, that's why I've got a TV here, the more difficult it is for those eyes to keep up to speed, all right? So, of course, they have to travel more. So what we're going to do here, and you need to adjust your eye movement, your eye speeds on this setting accordingly, but what we're going to do here is we're going to set up a pop-up speed of 180 beats a minute. We're going to have a time duration of 60. We're going to make those targets out quite wide, so we're going to choose difficult. We're going to have letters pop up, randomly moving from anywhere on the vertical axis, side to side. Okay, and then we're going to start this, and we're going to have interactive mode on this, which basically means there's going to be letters, and then every now and then there's going to be something that pops up that's not a letter. Okay, so it'd be an annotation like an exclamation mark or a hashtag or anything like that. So of course it's challenging the person watching to actually pick up those annotations and not miss them, because what I started to find was people weren't actually realizing that they were missing things as they raced across the screen. And it wasn't until I put annotations in there and tried to get people to capture them that I could work out when or people could actually see when they were not finding the target in time. So this is what it looks like. So we'll save that. Okay, pretty simple. It's going to have a little countdown. And just the simplest way to do this is just yell out the letters as they pop up. Okay, as you can see there, we've got J, D, 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 K, I, L, U, E, H, C, P, H, D, Q, R, Y, C, X, O, V, Y, N, A, E, B, K, A, X, A, D, A, Q, R, B, Z, I, W, G, X, S, Y, U, Q, L, C, W. Whew. So if you don't run out of breath, what actually has to happen is your eyes have to keep up with that saccadic movement, and the speech is really a motor output. Okay, so of course we've got to see, process, and then say. All right. So as you probably noticed, there was a couple of hashes and stars there that popped up. Usually with this game, if I had you using the iPad, you'd actually be able to touch one of these guys here, these little eyes, to acknowledge that you've seen that, and you won't have to yell. You didn't have to yell out those letters at that point. So you can use this game for a variety of different things. So another way we can do this, if I can show you now. Okay, so just so you get a bit of an idea about the speed, about how these eyes are moving, you can tune in and watch my eye movements. And of course, the closer I go, the larger my eye movements, and the more likely it is that I'm going to miss something. Okay, and that's at 180 beats per minute. Okay, so what we can do here is use the iPad, and as I was saying, the target, the little eye guy here can be touched when a target that's not a letter can be popped up. So we're integrating a cognitive or a visual processing component to this Oculomotor speed task, which is a mouthful, so that we're actually getting some feedback or some measurement for what we do and don't see. So of course what we can do now is add some physical movement to the eye saccades. Okay, so I'm going to show you two different options. So we're going to do a vertical or a straight line movement forwards and back with horizontal eye movements, or we can do side to side body movements with side to side eye movements. Okay, so it would look something like this. U, H, B, N, D, L, G, Y, A, Y, Y, J, D, L, T, Q, G, K, Y, Z, O, K, D, S, T, C, O, S, E, X, N. Okay, or E, N, N, W, I, V, U, Z, A, L, Z, R, E, L, Q, I, Y, S, V, Q, W, M, T, U, U, V, I, H, I, X. Okay, so there's crossovers, side steps, running forwards and backwards, and then we could even do some banded abduction. So working the glutes, N, Z, D, G, P, P, X, L, A, D, F, N, G, B, W, F. Okay, so like I was saying, you don't have to yell the letters out. The letters are just a bit of a cognitive process or a motor output on top of the visuals. You could actually just set it up so that the annotations popped up and the athlete just had to yell out, yeah, when they saw that annotation. Of course, you can do that a lot faster. So, like I said, that's at about 180 beats per minute, as you can see them popping up on the screen there, but you should be able to get up to 200 plus. So that's speed vision, and of course you can get creative with that as much as you want.